All right, you guys, are you ready? This is Jamie. I'm back at you today, and I want to talk to you about being awake. Yesterday, I was in the morning and I was awake, and God started talking to me about being awake. And I thought, oh, I don't know what you're trying to say to me here. And then He reminded me of a time when my little guy, my son, was maybe like 3 or 4 years old, and we'd put him to bed at 7:30. And then a couple, 3 hours later, he would start wandering down the hall. And at first we thought, well, he just wanted a glass of water or something like that, or needed to use the restroom. But we quickly figured out that he was talking. He was kind of mumbling and saying things to himself and sort of stumbling a little bit down the hall. And we realized he was sleepwalking. This became fun because we would, obviously we had all kinds of questions for him, and we wanted to we wanted to see what, he was going to say when we talked with him. But he really didn't respond to us because you know why? He was asleep. Yep, sound asleep, but he was walking and stumbling and mumbling down the halls, And I started wondering yesterday if it's possible for us to sleepwalk our way through life sometimes. And to be honest, I'm sure that's happened in my life. The Bible uses the term sleep as a metaphor for death because, in eternity, there's no death, right? So, God uses the idea of sleep to represent when our bodies go away. But there was a time when I was focused so much on people pleasing that I would mumble almost anything out of my mouth to get you to like me or accept me or, whatever I thought I needed approval. Yeah. And there's other times when I was so asleep, you could say, that I was listening to lies, lies like, why would anybody want to listen to you? And your past is so ugly, you should just keep it hidden, and everything you want to do takes so much work. Just give up, This is definitely not being with the awake side of God. It was more on the sleeper side. You know what I mean? You get the idea? So God knows we're capable of being asleep, obviously, and He gives us encouragement to wake up and to come alive in Him. So there's a verse, Ephesians 5:14 says, for this reason it says, awake, sleeper, and rise from the dead, and Christ will shine upon you. Yeah. So when we kind of take a step, this is how I see it, when we take a step forward to God, He's going to come there and meet us with His light and arise upon us, right? That kind of a thing. Also, it says in Isaiah, awake, awake, clothe yourself in your strength, O Zion. It's almost like if you have a little child, and they're sleepy, really out cold, and you just have to kind of shake them a little bit, just to get them to kind of come awake. I think sometimes God's doing that with us, so how about you? Have you had experiences where you've noticed yourself being more spiritually awake sometimes than others, or more spiritually asleep? And what things have you done to help yourself stay awake? So, sometimes I notice there's a dullness I can find, It's like I know, but I don't know, like deep down in my gut. So what things happen to you or with you that help you stay awake? Share your comments here, and we'll make a little collection of things and ideas that work for us to stay more spiritually alive, okay? If you like what we're talking about here, give a thumbs up and, subscribe if you like to, tell a friend, and we'll keep doing these broadcasts. And if you have questions about your life, about purpose for your life and your destiny calling, or any issues like that or questions, just leave them in the comments or message me privately, and I'd love to meet with you. Okay, take care, guys. Good night.